Hello and welcome. I'm Francesca Amiker. The weather is absolutely beautiful. The palm trees are just swaying in the wind, and we're looking at least 86 degrees right now, which is why my shoulders are out. Listen, everyone, everyone deserves a good selfie.
I hear women still rule the world.
Oh yeah, we do. Who run the world? Girls. Taking over for the 99s and 2000s.
That's what we doing, juvenile, right now.
See this woman in the pink? I'm about to do an interview with her. Her name is Stephanie, and she's actually the youngest writer for the show Atlanta. It was when the 18-year-old was in the car, and he was like, baby. I said, Tyler did not. I'm sitting there with my mom. She was watching it with me. I said, Tyler did not put this in there. If you could get rid of one, if you had to get rid of one, would it be the Marvel Universe or anime?
Oh, that's low.
Good.
No, that's one of the harder questions I think I've ever been asked.
Stay out of other people's yard. Just take care of your own.
Build your own backyard.
Build your own backyard.
I gotta bring this up. She would fly around and What is your Belgian witch? What was it like, and how did Atlanta aid in your performance and deliverance of this role?
Well, Atlanta was very good to us.
It was.
It makes a great moon.
Chrissy Matt's one of my new BFFs. Chrissy, I just want to say, hey girl, how are you? I know, I just want to say, hey girl. We're actually friends, we're actually friends, I know. It is getting real here. 22 nominations. Who does that, George?
We do that.
What has been your favorite part about shooting in Atlanta?
Oh my God, Buckhead.
Ooh.
Everybody has a smile on their face.
That's good. I do not sing at all, but I just... When I tell you, I don't sing, but I felt it.
Tell me about Atlanta. How did you like it? Because I saw some of your snaps.
Oh, Atlanta's cool. I love it there. It's fun, but it's not like California. Yeah.
Just to be in the presence of all this, like, real industry respect.
It's a fun night to go, hey, pat yourself on the back, but you can't lose focus of the real world.
Do you still find yourself having challenges as successful as you are?
All the time, all the time. In the recording, in the songwriting world, the challenge is always to come up with something creative and new that inspires you.
You may think Avengers: Infinity War filmed in New York. Or maybe you thought Captain America: Civil War was shot in Lagos, Nigeria. Atlanta has now doubled, tripled, and quadrupled for locations around the world. And now businesses are taking note.
This concept of movie tours in Atlanta, how did you know there was going to be a need for this several years ago?
Oh, well, I didn't. We were just taking friends around who were here in town, and we just decided to do this as a business.
And now Atlanta Movie Tours is in its 6th year, and founder Carrie Burns says business and her tours are booming.
All right, so how many of you have seen Captain America: Civil War? We saw about half the Avengers down there during filming, so that was really cool. They had a huge inflatable green screen on this side of the bridge.
And it was all shot off Nelson Street.
This next block we're about to enter here on Mitchell Street is a very popular block for filming.
So popular, it's been used for 3 different movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe: Spider-Man: Homecoming, Ant-Man 2, and this nail-biting scene in Black Panther.
This is the building where Claw was interrogated by the CIA.
This may look like an empty plaza behind me at the Civic Center.
A couple of years ago, it was transformed into the Institute of Infectious Diseases, a scene of destruction on Piedmont Avenue as Captain America and the Black Widow threw down. And if that movie didn't cause enough destruction downtown, take a look at these images. This is what happened when the Avengers and Thanos got a hold of Walton and Cone Street.
How do you all find the locations when you have to battle CGI?
Even with CGI, you can spot it. There's always going to be little doorways. In the case of Spider-Man: Homecoming, it's our parking meters.
What do you see as the future when it comes to the tour industry, when it comes to movies in Atlanta?
Oh, well, it's limitless right now, because we're only scratching the surface of film and tourism in Atlanta.
Welcome to Brighter Shade Studios.
It's not every day that a Southern rock superstar gives you a tour of their studio, but Hop of the Zac Brown Band took us for a ride inside.
It's kind of like being in a big, fancy barn. You know, like a cathedral almost, like a church, kind of.
A church with 45-degree ceilings, miniature doors that lead to amp lockers, lots of natural light, a customized deep royal blue drum set that's gorgeous, and tons of inspiration.
These basses were all in the Country Music Hall of Fame for the year that we had that exhibit. And so they've got my girls' names in them. grace, faith, and hope.
His little ladies even inspired this bar outside the studio made of guitar wood, each inch filled with handwritten lyrics from his songs. Reminders, he says, that he needs to write more.
That little ballerina keeps dancing, dancing in my head, right?
Next up, the control room.
This is where I spend most of the time. This room is acoustically treated to sound like it should sound on all the recording.
Do you still find yourself having challenges as successful as you are?
All the time, all the time. In the recording, in the songwriting world, the challenge is always to come up with something creative and new that inspires you, because it's really easy to get into a rut and get into, I've already written that, I've already said that, I've already done that.
What would be your suggestion or your advice to musicians who have followed your footsteps and would like to one day land in the position that you have?
I mean, the best thing that I can ever say to anybody is don't quit. Even if you have to go do something else to make ends meet, don't give it up. Otherwise, you're doing it for nothing.
All right, happy Monday, folks. You know what time it is. It is time for the A-Scene. It is the knockout movie of the holidays. The Creed franchise is back with Creed 2, starring Michael B. or Bay Jordan, and a new face and a new director. I got a chance to speak with all three, and you won't believe how real every punch was.
If we don't do what we love, then we wouldn't exist.
It's the movie that will have you bobbing and weaving in your seats, bringing the Rocky saga to a whole new generation, starring Michael B. Jordan in Creed 2.
Don't do this. I ain't got a choice. That's the same thing your father said, and he died right here in my hands.
How did you tap into this character that allowed us to think, shoot, who's Michael? That is Adonis Creed. Where'd you pull from?
And we wanted to evolve the relationship and the characters and build on what we started on Creed 1. Like, what would a boxer be going through? Like, what would Adonis be going through this time around? We wanted to give him a family. We wanted to challenge him with everything that comes along with that.
You were getting smacked and you were doing the smacking, and it looks so real. Talk to me about the special effects, the behind the scenes, the bromance, everything.
We really did everything. There was no stunt guys in the sense of, like, you know, me and Flo did all our own stunts. We got hit when we needed to get hit, the slow motion stuff. Like, we're competitive, and we really wanted to, like, do things the old school way.
They even landed in the hospital. Yeah, but no worries. I learned the swollen eyes we see in the film are all prosthetic.
That took a lot of time. You know what I mean? It's like you have to stop, do a scene, then put blood on, or take time, 45 minutes sometimes for a swollen eye.
But it's that authenticity that 30-year-old director Stephen Capel Jr. and 28-year-old real-life heavyweight champion Florian Monteanu wanted to come across the screen.
And this was your first on-air acting. So when I tell you congratulations, that comes from the thousands of people who've already seen this movie. Man, you did it.
I'm a big fan of the franchise. I was growing up with the Rocky movies. I'm showing a lot of emotions, but in order to do that, I had to, you know, connect it to real-life moments, to negative moments.
Capel says this was his first time directing a fight movie, and it was kind of like learning the moves to a dance. He says he pulled on his own culture to give the movie a fresh feel, and the actors took it to a whole new level.
Long nights, hard days, we count on each other. Like, these two in the ring, again, they could take each other out, so they're like always getting there emotionally. He's crying in the ring, so Mike is there for him. They're patient with each other.
People don't understand, like, the bond. It was like going through boot camp together. Like, when you go through like a process like this, you come out the other side very, very close. So we become like, he's a brother of mine. So.
Boy, were those some fun interviews. Now, Creed 2 is in theaters on Wednesday, and of course it also stars Sylvester Stallone and Tessa Thompson. So make sure you go out and see it.